Hello my lovely Virgos, thank you so much for tuning into your August reading with me Lorien, and a very happy birthday to all of you Virgos who have your birthday this month, including one of my bestest friends. You know who you are if you're watching this, so happy birthday, and I hope you have a brilliant day. So let's have a look and see what comes through for Virgo this month. We're using the Everyday Witch Tarot, a new tarot deck I received. It's by Deborah Blake with art by Elizabeth Alba, and it's very suitable for a witch like me. So this is a general reading, and it's going to be for Virgo sun, moon and rising sign. If you want to check out your love energy for the month, check out your Venus sign, and for all readings, spells and general support you can find the links below. So let's have a look and see what's coming up for Virgo this month. If you do have a birthday this month, by the way, I do a special birthday reading which is available on my website, so if you want to check that out you can have a look. I'm getting such a great light dark green energy from all you guys at the minute. It's one of money, it's one of prosperity, it's one of heart chakras, and it's really nice. So I don't know what's happening for you this month, but it seems pretty nice. Alright, let's just see what they have to say. Okay, so you've got the Nine of Swords. Six of Cups. Wow, Judgment, okay. And the Six of Pentacles, so you got a lot of sixes. Alrighty, and also the Nine of Wands, so nines and sixes today, multiples of three. So if you're looking at three as a value, or in numerology, three is very much about having that connection to creation, a bit of a selfish number, focusing on yourself, you know, making sure that you now look forwards. It can be about communication too, because third house of communication, things like that in astrology. So could be that varying degrees of communication is required this month. So let's have a look and see what energy I'm getting for you guys. Alright. So it seems to improve more towards your solar return if you are Sun in Virgo. And I would say that you have more of a chance throughout the course of this month to really define what it is you want to be getting out of a certain situation. So you can really be defining what you want out of a relationship, you can be defining out of a job, family situation, career, or just your retirement, studies, you know, whatever it is. You can be kind of saying, well, I don't want this, but I do want this, and this line has to be drawn here. This concerns me. It doesn't really ruin anything, but it concerns me. And I would say that this is the anxiety card, basically. And for a lot of you, I think that you would probably see this and think, oh, now I'm going to have this again. Because a lot of Virgos I know are prone to anxiety. But what I see most of all is the fact that you're very much going introverted. And you're looking at things as if like, oh, I know all this stuff. I've studied all this. I've know this, I've got this qualification, or I've been through the mill with this relationship, or I've tried my best to achieve something in a certain family, relationship, study, or whatever, and I have not achieved what I wanted to achieve, or it's not going the way I thought it, I can't get on top of it, it's not what I imagined it to be, or I'm not performing to the best of my ability, or you seem to be very disillusioned this month at the beginning. Maybe with some kind of issues that you've been experiencing recently. There's something about a letter for a few of you, a letter that comes, and you're really disappointed with it. Or maybe you just think that you should have done something by now. I should have done something by now with all this knowledge that I've gained. Or I should have taken that when I had the chance, or I should have submitted that when I had the chance. I should have worked on it, or, you know, distractions come, you know, forgive yourself for that. But I think that you need to focus on what's outside the window, what's outside this little bit of room of anxiety, shall we say. Because this is kind of showing you that a new day is dawning. You don't have to be focused so introverted on the disappointments, and maybe these books and your experience don't have the answer. The only answer, or the only way that the answer can come to you, is by looking out here. It's by going outside of your comfort zone. It's by testing yourself, trying yourself. And sometimes, okay, they're saying to me, some of you may feel as though you're too comfortable. Or that you're kind of in too much of a status quo, and you're too kind of like, nah, nothing like that. A lot of you are quite nervous about making this leap, or about starting this new thing. I think a lot of you are maybe a little bit confused about certain things, and again, it may not seem at the moment that it's how you wanted it to be, but don't worry about that, because it's going to improve. Look at this. This is about growth and maybe a bit of innocence too, and nostalgia, but I see this as very community oriented, as well as this one. So I'll just put these two together for now. But this is about maybe you being in tune with somebody younger than yourself, sharing knowledge with somebody younger than yourself, or kind of telling your past self in various ways that you are worthy of it. Like, what advice would you give to your 15-year-old self? What would you say? Would they be impressed with the way that you've come now? Or, what would they really see you doing? And I think this is maybe what you have to look at. If you think that your 15-year-old self would be very disappointed with you, then that's just something that you have to, I think, kind of go into a bit of shadow work and see, how you can sort of make amends with that, or kind of make peace with that. But the 2 6s here are about generosity, giving, and basically making an emotional connection with people. I would say that you are going to find your niche, maybe, with how things are actually growing with you. I do feel that there's more to come with all of you, though, for this month. This is just the basics. This is just kind of the base energy. Some of you may be feeling a little bit downtrodden because, again, it may not be as you think, but I think that you're going to gain confidence. You're going to gain a better understanding of who you are and what you're capable of. And you may actually come to a decision that you didn't really want to come to, but unfortunately you have to take a stand. Now, this is the Judgment card. This is you calling yourself into action. And you actually, I don't know, it just feels like you actually seem to be needing this push to do something, this call to action, this, hey, this is the last straw now, you have to go for it, or you have to have confidence in yourself. For I have a feeling that a lot of you, I just got a little glittery thing on my hand there, sorry. I have a feeling that a lot of you are constantly told by other people, you're good, you're worthy, you're blah blah blah. Now, the thing is though, some of you may not be told this from your significant other, or some of you may not be told this from somebody who you are in love with, or your parents, or something like that, or people who you feel really matter. So if you're not told this from people who you want to hear it from, then you may continue thinking that you're not worthy enough. I'm here to tell you that you are worthy enough. I've had this conversation with so many of my friends, it's ridiculous. But you are worthy of change. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of the career you want. You are worthy of the money that you seek, the change of lifestyle you seek, the adventure you seek. You're worthy of it. You're good enough. Don't keep beating yourself down. Now, if you keep insisting on beating yourself down and having a very negative view of yourself, you're either A, addicted to that feeling and the attention that people give to you when they're trying to convince you that you're not, as bad as you think you are, or B, just very low in self-esteem. And I would hope that you're, in a way, that you'll be, because at least that would be genuine, because I think that's workable. But if you're A, you need to re-examine things. And if you'd like people telling you how good you are all the time to build your ego, maybe you can do that in a different way. Maybe you can actually admit that you believe that too, and that you can work on that. But For me, this is about your feeling of self-improvement and your need to improve. Like, I think if you come into your next birthday, you'll be looking back at this last year going, what have I done? What have I done? Blah, blah. It's just boring old standard stuff. Nah, 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 nah. Typical Virgo. Nah, nah. Don't know why I'm getting a lot of negative Nellies coming into my head right now for the Virgo thing. But what I feel is that this is just a conditioning. This is just a conditioning of like what you've been through, the energies around you. Maybe you're ill, maybe you're just exhausted, your anxiety's playing up. We get there, you know, we have that experience. But this is the big card that you have to, this is the big card you have to look at. This is the Nine of Wands. And this is things that you have done. This is resilience, this is persistence. Look at all these things you have defeated here. This is you taking your last stand. This is you fighting till your last breath, making sure that you can persevere. Sometimes it's about being a little bit defensive, granted, and you don't have to be as defensive as you normally are. But to be honest, I think the control you seek within your life is too beyond your reach, because you cannot control every single element. Like, if you move house, you cannot control the neighbours that move in next door. You cannot control you know, the things that happen while you're in that new house or that new place. You cannot control where, you know, where Marks and Spencer's is compared to the distance you have to walk to Debenhams. You know, that's a bit of a UK reference there, but you can't control certain things, and it's pointless to try and control every element of your life. And I think this is kind of saying, if you release that, oh, I should have had this, I should have had this, you'll be so much better if you feel like you making something of yourself and just forget about what you should be doing, what you should know, what you should have done by now. Didn't happen. For whatever reason, either your choices or the direction you took instead didn't happen. So stop looking behind you and start making the best of what you've got now. Plan ahead. Don't think, well, I can't plan ahead to do what I wanted to do before because that's crap now, you know, because that's gone, because I took this other. You can still get the puppy if you want the puppy. You can still make sure that you can record a song or move a country or explore the world or, you know, write a book or something. Just because you didn't do it 6 months ago or 6 years ago doesn't mean you can't do it now. And I think that's kind of the limitations that they're saying, release the limitations from you. And I'm just going to see what these runes have to say before I ramble too much. Okay, so let's see. What does Virgo have to, what does Virgo have to know for August? Whoop. Well, hello. Okay, so this is Thursdays. And basically it's self-discipline, it's study, maybe some meditation too. This is basically saying you have the wherewithal to make a difference if you just put your mind to it and if you just go with the flow. If you meditate, it'll allow all your thoughts to run away. I mean, I think, what was it, in my first meditation class many years ago, they said that it was, we have about 60,000 thoughts a day, not all of them good. So if you meditate, it allows you to kind of focus your energy back on the more positive thoughts and reduce maybe that anxiety that can run rife in us a lot of the time. So with that in mind, this month seems to be, forget the anxiety as much as you can. Focus, because I have anxiety too, so focus on the sunrise, focus on the new dawn that's coming, focus on the new direction, this solar return that's coming for you. Do focus on these. Focus on the positives. Focus on the things that you can control, not the things that you can't control, because you can't control everything. Focus on making a commitment to people and maybe looking at what you can do, what you're being called to do, and what you are maybe fighting for the last breath for, what you're doing, what you're fighting for. Sometimes I think they're asking you this month to maybe give up the fight. So if you're fighting for a relationship, or if you're fighting for a promotion that just does not seem to be happening, or your partner does not seem to be doing what you need him to do, maybe it's time to kind of take a step back and go, well, maybe it's just not working. So you have to look at different things. Now, I don't mean this reading to be a Debbie Downer. This is more of a realist view, I would say. And I think Virgos appreciate realism. And you need, I think, because bar that one, this is a perfect reading really for you guys. This is saying that you have everything at your mercy. You have everything at your disposal to grow and nurture and basically be the type of Virgos that the world needs. And I think you're maybe 80%, 90% there already. And I don't see anything that's saying you need to turn back now, all is lost. It's nothing like that. It's just forget what happened years ago or months ago. Focus on the now, focus on the future. And don't worry. It's easy as it's like telling a cat not to be a cat. But don't worry. Worrying will, like Newt Scamander says in Fantastic Beasts, worrying means you suffer twice. So just carry on as normal, and I really wish you the best of luck. If you need any readings from me, just go to the links below or the eye in the sky thingy, and you should have all the information readily available for you. But I do wish you the very best of luck this month. I'm really looking forward to doing your birthday readings in September too. But yeah, wish you all the very best. You have my love, Virgos. Let me know if there's anything else you need, and I'll speak to you guys soon.